Libra, what's up? Okay, so today we have our normal tarot spread. It's going to be you, a little bit of them, and then an oracle. I've been really loving this herbiary oracle deck, so I'm sticking with it. I feel like it offers a good sense of direction and whatnot. Um, so basically, we'll do all that, but we do have a little celeb shot from another tarot deck as kind of an oracle, but I really like the book of it, so we'll get into that at the very, very end. Unless I feel pulled to grab it early. But let's see what's your side of things, Libra. Let's see what's going on. Get comfortable. Grab a snack, grab some tea. Hopefully you guys are having a good day at work if you're on a break, or you're just kind of putting something in your ears to not think about all the crap that's going on around you. I hope everyone's doing okay. Happy New Year too. All right, so you got the moon, and in this particular deck it is known as past lives. So we've got the moon. The moon can represent, hidden emotions, shadows coming to light, like things that we don't really see during the light of the day, where our sun, our vibrancy, our expression, our health is present. Sometimes the moon kind of draws those things eerily out of us. Because I'm using Tarot 27 and it's very psychedelic. I already felt like at the beginning of this reading that I do have a little bit of like a psychedelic vibe here for my Libras. And sometimes psychedelics, I don't know if it's everyone, but for me, they can feel a little bit like either, happy or sad or whatever. So when you look at something, it can give you this like really good energy, or it can almost like pull out this thing that lives really deep inside of you, and you go, oh my God, I didn't even realize that was in my subconscious. I wonder if you're having an experience like that right now, Libra. Let's see what else we got before we talk more about that. You got the Queen of Cups, receptivity. See, and this kind of gives me the energy that like good things are coming from that. So I wonder if you are actually processing things and it's proving to be good, like you're feeling your feelings and things are coming up that could kind of feel shadowy, but you're letting them process. Yeah, you're practicing self-love, self-care. This is where you are taking breaks from conversations that you do better with a break-in. This is where you're listening to what's going on within you instead of just shoving it aside. Things are being brought to the surface. You're willing to look at them. Maybe regarding someone else too, with the moon and Queen of Cups here. And then the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so you could be dealing with someone who like owns, major assets. They kind of have their money game figured out. They are responsible for other people. They provide for others. Someone who's very proud to say that they can do that. Also, maybe someone who, this happy faces for me are like, it always makes me think of antidepressants. So I wonder if there's something like a journey with some kind of antidepressants. The other thing that it could be is like a lot of the times the like happy faces and stuff from like the 90s and whatnot kind of give me the vibe that like it's the same thing as the skeleton with the two thumbs up, like everything is fine. I'm dead, but everything is still fine. Like I refuse to admit that I'm not fine. Um, so that could be something regarding a person that you're dealing with. That could also just be something that you're dealing with in your personal life. I guess this could also allude to some kind of issue coming to light within your work that it needs to be resolved, or that is you're working through because you want to be really good at your work, but you also want to be really good at your emotions and how you handle yourself, your receptivity to life. You're trying to create this balance. And then you have temperance, which is coming out here as art. So it does look like, Libra, you're invested in some kind of a form of artistic expression that is letting you release some of these things into the wild and like process them in real time, not shove them aside anymore, just kind of like let them be there. I do feel the need to pull clarity on what's going on here. I normally don't ask for clarity this much in the first row. You have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups. That's pretty wild because, like, right when I'm saying I don't normally feel the need to ask for clarity, here is like clarity coming in. I wonder if maybe you've been in flow and things have been kind of coming to you in that way. It feels like there's difficult things going on, but you actually feel quite good through them, moving through them. You feel good experiencing them. You feel good having clarity on what you're going through. Maybe that's different or new for you. Maybe that's some kind of a New Year's resolution, or something you feel you're just able to practice better at this time. Either way, there's something that you're kind of becoming clear about regarding your relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, it's regarding something that's coming out of you that you kind of have been stuffing down because it was like either scary to look at the reality of what that could mean, stuff like that. But it's almost like it's coming to light, and the clarity is actually like life-giving. It feels good. It feels like it brings you into balance. It feels like it's addressing these things, like saying, hey, I am comfortable with the shadows, the lights. I'm comfortable being myself again. Let's get one more on this, and then the Two of Cups. There's also a lot of clarity coming in about love. Maybe a romantic partnership. Maybe this helps bring it into, I want to see what else is coming here, because it really seems like if there is someone you're dealing with, it is not all about them right now. Like, it is about you. Look at that. And then we have the Two of Cups. So it almost looks like, Libra, that if you're involved in a relationship with someone, what could be happening is that you're noticing things about yourself, you're taking personal responsibility for those things, and you are moving forward in working out the obstacles within you that prevent you from collaboration, and then moving into this space of collaboration. We have like these synchronicities that keep coming up. You have like an Ace of Cups, an Ace of Swords, you have a Two of Cups twice, kind of just letting us know that like this balance that you're bringing in for yourself, of really being able to like bring all of you with you, is really helpful in your relationships. And then look, the moon right there. It's just kind of like maybe you're seeing, like repetitive numbers or something, like 222, or repeating signs. Sometimes what I look for, actually I don't always look for it. It kind of does just show up in my awareness, is I'll be talking about something while a show is playing in the background, or I'll be doing something while I'm listening to a reading, or like a cleaning video on YouTube, because that's what I do for fun. Is I love cleaning, but so I would love to say like that's not all I do for fun, but honestly, it's not much more than that like brings me that amount of satisfaction, and like that I get into and I go, I want to keep like doing this. Other things kind of burn me out, but anyways, so I'll be talking about something, and then I'll notice that whatever I'm looking at, whether it's a document or what my son's talking about or whatever, it'll start having the same words, like almost around the same time. So my headphones will tell me something that like my son's also trying to tell me, or just stuff like that can happen. That's kind of my cue for myself that I am on track, that I am on time. Sometimes I don't always remember that and I get stressed out. And then the more self care I put in, the more I'm like, those synchronicities happen a lot more. I kind of see that happening with you. Let me see where this relationship is headed if it's happening. So, this could be someone that you're kind of like starting out with. The Prince of Wands is not exactly someone that I would say is like super new to you, but I would say it's new enough that it can be shocking how fast you move in, you know? It can be shocking how quickly things transpire and how passionate that becomes. So I wonder if that is like a job for you or a person for you. Um, yeah, it just looks like you're just experiencing life and you are in good balance, and it just honestly, I think that maybe something that you need to hear, Libra, is that you are managing things, you're managing your emotions, your environments, you are you're really um you're showing up for yourself, and that seems very, very clear. Okay, did you even see the Justice on the bottom of the deck? So let's see if you're dealing with someone. I feel like I just gave a really good report to like a student or something. Um, I don't know. I would just be like, cool, thanks universe. I can let off the, you know, I can remove some of these burdens I've put on my own shoulders. Like I can remind myself I'm doing a good job today and that the fruits of my labor are being shown. Um, and maybe that's something that you need to hear, because maybe the other person that you're dealing with, or if this is like a group or a work situation, maybe something's not great there. Yeah, there seems to be some stuff happening. I'll try not to get into the camera. Oh, okay. A bunch of things fell, so let me pick them up. So what fell is the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. But because this is like your energy that I want here, and we're reading for someone else, it tells me that you're trying to pick up the slack of things that are getting broken. Something's happening with others, and you're the one to remind them of what's going on. So to me, this looks like you're doing a lot because you're realizing others aren't able to see what you see, maybe. And it kind of looks like you're in this skill. I know it as one mindfully. You're just dealing with things as they come up. If you have a feeling, let's manage it. Let's deal with it. Let's feel it and let it pass. If something comes up in your physical environment, oh, that broke, it needs to get cleaned up, let's do that. It kind of looks like you're being able to focus on one thing at a time. And the one mindfully skill is actually one where you're not supposed to do other things. So like if you are doing laundry, geez, can you tell I'm a mom? Good Lord. If you are doing like laundry or you're working on a task, you're supposed to not fill the gap in between waiting for that task to be done with another task. So like an example would be if I'm doing laundry, I'm sitting down and just like drinking a cup of tea, eating a snack, whatever it is, like I'm not picking up something else that is productive. I'm picking up something else that makes me feel good. And it just kind of allows you to reset your brain, and be like, I'm not behind. I get to choose things on my own time. I have choice, I have control. I like it, and it's just like a skill that you can engage. I don't think that that's I just want to be clear if anyone's heard of that skill, is like that's the intense version of it. I just see that you're dealing with things as they come up, or you are trying to, and it is paying off. And honestly, I think that you need to give yourself more credit for that, because maybe you're a day or two late on some things, but you are, in the grand scheme of things, balancing all of these things really well. And I think that there needs to be some acknowledgement of that, because I kind of see you over functioning for others, or at least one other person, and trying to figure out how to get them to see a mistake, trying to figure out how to get them to do something, trying to get them to sit on it, think about it, think through it. One of my boat school teachers used to always say, before you turn on these, and he'd point to his brain and he'd be like, turn on this. So it's like you're doing these things in a way where it does make your world better. You're noticing other people are not doing that. You might be trying to get them to do that. That's kind of what I'm noticing. That's over functioning for someone, right? There might be reasons why we do it, but if you're creating an environment and stepping, into someone else's to try to help them, that's great. But I wonder how much I kind of wonder what's going on there. And then you end with the moon here, and that's where they begin. So that it really looks like, Libra, this is so interesting, because this could have gone just completely south. And I'm really glad it went here. What you're doing for someone else is you are holding space for them. You are reminding them of what is possible within them. You see that there's brokenness of family systems. You see that there is an inability to connect in a romantic way, or a, in a one-to-one spousal or whatever way. You're seeing this. You're also seeing that maybe they're not even defensive. Maybe they're just checked out. Maybe that is their defense. Maybe they're avoidant. Maybe there's something going on there. You're trying to gently lead them back to like, hey, there's some kind of pain here, and it's okay to look at it. I think they actually are. And it comes out as you picking up that piece for them. It's not them going, I should deal with this. It's you going, I should deal with this. It's happening in my environment. And then letting them know what's happening. And then they go, maybe I should deal with this. It's a me thing, And then they land at the beginning of your journey, which is to feel your emotions and to understand what's going on there. And then move forward, to not push it all aside. So that's pretty interesting. I do actually feel like there is some space to bring in our celeb deck. So this is the Mystical Dream Tarot. I love the writings of these. This is one of the books that has some of the most interesting major arcanas in it, definitions of them, explanations of them. It's also just a book that touches on really random things in specificity that I haven't quite found in other decks. Actually, I have found it in other decks, but it can be quite harsh in other decks. So we have the Spirit of Pentacles, and I just want to see what the clarifying energy is. 8 of Wands on the bottom. Lots of inspiration in that card. It's got that, what is that? The sacral chakra. It's that like feeling grounded, feeling like power's coming from your core. Like there's a spirit of creativity there. So oddly enough, that's kind of the same thing here. Is it's there, you're rooted, but there's something lifting you up, right? There's something kind of like getting you to look at a next stage or phase of things. And maybe that's something that you've been thinking about, is like, where does this go? Like, where is it going? Where does this go? So the Spirit of Pentacles, I think Pentacles are last in this deck. Oops. All right. I mean, you know, I'm going to leave this here. This is what the card looks like in color. I'm going to read it like this, so if you do want to screenshot that for the Dreamer of Pentacles, go for it. The Spirit of Pentacles. Can you see it? For anyone who does want to screenshot it, I'm going to like boink, and then now it's done. The Spirit of Pentacles is represented by the Axis Mundi, the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life with roots going deep into the earth and branches rising high into the upper realms of consciousness. The light of the sun and the watery depths of the moon are established and foster growth and health. The seeker is a true student of life. Good students make great teachers. As the branches continue to grow and extend beyond the heights, so do the roots spread beneath the ground, seeking new places to settle and migrate. The Spirit of Pentacles propagates from his place of origin as the innocent makes the journey from birth through the many places of learning. The innocent in this deck is the Fool, in case anyone is wondering what that means. The seeker is urged to understand that there is a time to stand firm as well as a time to move. They must not cave into pressures of lower standards or expectations. But neither should they stay bound to dry and decaying beliefs which, like dead branches, yields no life. In addition, they should not dismiss the ancestral wisdom of their roots, which benefits the flowering upon the boughs. The Tree of Life faces them directly, yet they may look either to the past or the future, unwilling to face what is necessary to move ahead. The past can be helpful only if the unproductive is discarded. Likewise, looking too far into the future can be fruitless. The student learns and grows participating in activities that bring him truth. In a reading, it is time to directly face what needs to be done and accomplish it with integrity. A student, an ambitious, industrious person with virtuous, balanced views and an open mind. So, Libra, it does seem like you are dealing with something, you're navigating something, maybe even for the first time, because as you're learning it. And I think that the card really touched on this idea that there could be things that from the past or the future that are influencing the now, but what could be wisely prioritized is getting good at the skills that you're learning to use in the now and just applying those. That might also be something where it's like getting out of your head and into your body, like anything to help you be more present. Anything to help you release, I guess, like expectations of yourself or of the situation or whatever that don't contribute to you using the skills that you are learning to use. Which I guess that would be up to you to determine, but one of the skills I see you using is bringing all of yourself with you, your emotions, your logic, your clarity of a situation and what you're going to do about that. Being brave when you know what you need to do, but you don't know how it's going to end up, but you do understand what is like right and wrong in your own worldview for you or for the people around you. Once you learn what you have to do, doing it instead of procrastinating on it. Yeah, and also like one of your skills that you're learning to hone in on is like self-belief. I can pick something up and make something real good with it. I can do that at any time. I have that capability. I can navigate it. I can learn about it. I am okay being able to do that. This card wanted to come out, the 10 of Cups. And maybe that's regarding a relationship. Maybe there's a few different relationships that this is tending to. Some of them might be standing firm and standing your ground and saying, I am not moving until this happens. Others might be saying, I understand the way to make this happen is to move forward. It's not compromising integral values that I have. Only if it doesn't get resolved would it do that. There's other things that might kind of be like, no, this already has compromised a lot of them, and I'm not okay with that. So I think that's just going to be up to you to decide, but I will read from this book. This is Distill Yourself, and it is Time, page 44. Also, the Spirit of Pentacles is, I think this is the Knight of Pentacles. There's the Dreamers and the Spirits in this deck, and the Dreamers are the pages. So, Libra, your kind of wild card is referencing this idea that slow and steady wins the race, step by step, being methodical, being present, being sorting through things that just give you the ick, processing them, feeling them, validating that that's what's happening. A lot of the times can be ways to let those moments pass and to not cling on and become something bigger than they need to be. So you might be experiencing this energy where you're like, a lot of these things I just need to feel. I just need to be brave enough to like go into them knowing that those are my feelings, but brave enough to process them and go, what if that is real in me? Like, then what would happen? Come up with a plan. Try to see how much it does affect you when you think deeper into it. Like, bring yourself with you where you go, you know, and when you go. So time, distill yourself. Time is vulgaris. Mythology teaches that a minotaur haunts the labyrinth of your psyche. As you walk toward your center, this monster prowls and roars, trying to scare you off your path by revealing your fears and inadequacies. But you're never truly alone. You have allies like time, her scent purifying your thoughts so you can see what's true. Time kills off what's other, whether that's germs and microbes or thoughts and feelings. This is Time's special magic. She calls your inner flame to burn the dross. Distilling your spirit, intuitively she knows you from not you, and she sees you clearly when you cannot. Time is a powerful plant. Do not call on her unless you're truly ready to be tempered in her flame. There's more kind of synchronicity there. We have already had that temperance, and the fact that it's coming up again is like, you are exercising this muscle. You have been exercising this muscle. It might not have been comfortable. It might not have felt graceful, but you have been doing it to be in situations like this where that practice is helpful. You're not going in blindly. You have previous experience in different forms. It's coming to a head here, you know? Learning to balance something so you can keep walking on that path. Understand your journey. The labyrinth is an ancient construct meant to mirror our path through life. The twisting and turnings, the feeling of being so close to our goal only to be guided away. Unlike a maze, a labyrinth has no dead ends or wrong turns. Walking it eases the mind and relaxes the body. If you have a labyrinth nearby, which you can easily find with an internet search including your town name and the word labyrinth, go out and walk it. You won't regret it. It's true. I've never regretted walking a labyrinth, and I have definitely searched for them on the internet. If you don't have one near you, create some quiet for yourself and trace the labyrinth on page 44 with your finger, letting your eyes follow your finger as it moves toward the center. Your movement through a labyrinth is a microcosmic metaphor for the macrocosm of your life's journey. Reflect on any thoughts or feelings that come up as though they concern not just the micro moment of being in the labyrinth, but the macro movement of your life path. This, I will say, can also be achieved by like going out and like going on a walk or a hike, or it doesn't have to be like treacherous. It can literally just be a walk through some woods or whatever. This is that naturally happens when I go like walk in the woods. Is I start thinking about things, and then something comes up. Like the other day I was on a hike for the first time in a long time, and I was like, I'm giving all of these crazy thoughts to a beautiful place that I would just like to admire. And I ended up being like, I would like to give it some of my beauty. I would like to give it something that where I shine, that helps others, that feeds good energy into this forest, that like I don't just want to dump all my crap here. And as I thought about it, I was like, it's not dumping crap. It's processing, and I'm better when I process. And there are spaces that hold that space for us, and giving the gratitude for that and watching a transformation happening and coming out of that experience with a different worldview, or coming back into it with a better view of what to do there. Things are worked out. Life is good again, Sometimes that's your brightest light, is that you're not, you're not bogged down by yourself. And sometimes it's your brightest light to process your own emotions and to hold that space for yourself so that others can see that it is important and necessary and allowed that they do the same. And so I was like, I want to give it my beauty, but I'm giving it my crap. And then I was like, my crap is my beauty. Darn it. Sometimes like your least valued part of yourself is where your true value is. It's where all your transformations lie. It's where the future exists, Always follow the path all the way to the center, and then follow the same path back out. Move at your own pace, pause where you want to, especially in the center, and layer in any meditative practices that speak to your soul. Have you seen your true path and turned away, or have you stepped onto the path only to become unsure or distracted? Time is calling you back. If you accept, if you whisper yes in the wee hours of the morning, you'll find time both demanding and true. So which path will you walk? Which callings will you consciously deny, and which will you accept? So that is what I see for you guys, and I hope you're doing well, and I will see you in another video. Bye.